The year is 1337. A shadow falls across France. Edward III of England, with a dubious claim to the French throne, unleashes his armies upon French soil. Welcome to Cryptic Mystic Vault, where we unravel the secrets of ancient mysteries. The 100 Years' War begins, a brutal conflict that will shape the destiny of two nations. Feudal lords, often more concerned with their own ambitions than the fate of the kingdom, engage in petty squabbles. English armies, equipped with deadly longbows, carve a bloody path through France. At Crécy in 1346, French chivalry is decimated by English archers. The defeat sends shockwaves through France. Yet, from the ashes of defeat, a spirit of resistance will rise, fueled by the courage of warriors who refuse to bow to an English king. In their darkest hour, the French people find strength in the echoes of their past, resonating through the ages. They remember the legacy of the Franks, the fierce warriors who, under Clovis and Charlemagne, forged a mighty empire that stood the test of time. These legendary figures become symbols of French resilience, inspiring a new generation to defend their homeland with unwavering courage. French warriors see themselves as heirs to this glorious heritage, a lineage of valor and honor. They are the descendants of Clovis, the unifiers, the defenders of Christendom, carrying forward a sacred duty. This lineage is not merely a matter of blood, it is a spiritual inheritance, a bond that transcends generations. The spirit of the Franks lives on in the hearts of these warriors, guiding their every step. From the knight in shining armor to the peasant wielding a pitchfork, every soul is bound by this shared legacy. All are united by a common purpose: to drive the English back into the sea, reclaiming their land and honor. This deep-seated connection to their Frankish forefathers gives the French a strength that transcends mere military might, a strength born of history and spirit. The early years of the 100 Years' War are a chronicle of French disasters. At Poitiers in 1356, the French army suffers another humiliating defeat. King John II is captured, a devastating blow to French morale. The English noose tightens around France's throat. The once feared French chivalry proves no match for the agility and firepower of the English longbowmen. Feudal rivalries and a lack of centralized command cripple the French war effort. Yet even in these dark times, the spirit of resistance flickers. Local militias composed of farmers and townsfolk take up arms to defend their homes. Stories of their bravery spread, offering a glimmer of hope in a kingdom shrouded in despair. Military strategists and reformers begin to recognize the need for change. The tide begins to turn. Under the astute leadership of Charles VII, crowned king in 1429, France undergoes a remarkable transformation. Gone are the days of feudal levies and outdated tactics. In their place emerges a modern, professional army, the first standing army in Europe since the fall of Rome. Charles oversees a comprehensive military overhaul, investing heavily in artillery and implementing innovative strategies. The French people respond to Charles's leadership with renewed vigor. A sense of national unity begins to emerge, transcending the old feudal divisions. The French army, once a shadow of its former self, is reborn. The French dragon, long dormant, has awakened, and it breathes fire. In the annals of history, few figures are as captivating or inspiring as Joan of Arc. Her story is one of faith, courage, and unwavering determination. This peasant girl from Domremy, driven by divine visions, emerges as a symbol of French resistance. Born into a humble family, Joan's early life gave no hint of the extraordinary destiny that awaited her. Her unwavering faith and courage electrify the French people. She becomes a beacon of hope in a time of despair, rallying the nation with her divine mission. Joan convinces a skeptical Charles VII of her divine calling, and leads the French army to victory at the Siege of Orleans in 1429. Her strategic acumen and fearless leadership turn the tide of the war. This stunning victory breaks the English stranglehold on the Loire Valley and marks a turning point in the war. The French forces, inspired by Joan's presence, begin to reclaim their homeland. Joan embodies the spirit of France, her faith and courage resonating deeply with the common people. Her piety and humility endear her to all who meet her. She is a unifying figure, a saintly warrior who embodies the very soul of the French nation. Her legacy transcends the battlefield, becoming a symbol of national pride and unity. Her presence alone galvanizes the French army, instilling in them a belief in their own destiny. The soldiers march with renewed vigor, inspired by Joan's divine mission. Captured by the Burgundians and handed over to the English, she is tried for heresy and burned at the stake in 1431. Her trial is a travesty of justice, yet her spirit remains unbroken. Yet her death only serves to strengthen French resolve. Joan of Arc's martyrdom ignites a fervor that ultimately leads to the liberation of France. Inspired by Joan of Arc's sacrifice, the French continue their fight with renewed determination. Her martyrdom becomes a rallying cry, uniting the French people under a common cause and infusing them with an unbreakable spirit. The English, plagued by internal divisions and facing a resurgent France, are slowly pushed back. Their once formidable army begins to crumble under the relentless pressure of the French forces. One by one, the jewels of their stolen empire, Normandy, Gascony, Aquitaine, are pried from their grasp. The French reclaim their lands piece by piece, restoring their nation's pride and sovereignty. The final blow comes at the Battle of Castillon in 1453. This decisive battle marks a turning point in the war. Here, French artillery decimates the English forces. The power of the French cannons proves overwhelming, shattering the English lines. The legendary English commander John Talbot, Earl of Shrewsbury, is killed, marking the end of English ambitions in France. His death symbolizes the collapse of English hopes. After more than a century of warfare, the 100 Years' War is over. The long and grueling conflict finally reaches its conclusion. France emerges from the conflict a changed nation. The scars of war are evident, but so is the resilience of its people. The war has forged a new sense of national identity, a shared history of struggle and triumph. This newfound unity becomes the bedrock of the French nation. The spirit of the French warriors, their courage, and their unwavering belief in their cause ensured that France would remain French. Their legacy lives on, a testament to their enduring strength and determination. Let's imagine something pretty wild. What if France hadn't won the 100 Years' War? Think about it. England ruling over France, a giant British-French empire, that would have changed everything. European politics would be totally different. Maybe there wouldn't even a French Renaissance. Imagine no amazing castles in the Loire Valley, no incredible paintings by Leonardo da Vinci. Some of the greatest art and science might never have happened. It's kind of mind-blowing. And what about the colonies? Instead of France and England fighting over land in America and other places, this giant empire might have controlled everything. Gap 2S. The world map would look totally different. Different languages, different cultures, everything. England would have become super powerful way earlier, right? Like a real superpower. Think how that would have changed wars, alliances, everything. History would be unrecognizable, but that's just a what if. The French people were tough. They never gave up. They fought hard and kept their country free. The 100 Years' War was terrible, but it made France stronger. And France has changed the world in so many ways. It makes you think, doesn't it? History is fragile. Things could have gone so differently. But the real story of France, the story of how they fought and never gave up. That's inspiring. It reminds us that anything is possible. If you enjoyed this exploration of history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights.